gonna, because this salad was shaping up to be pretty spectacular, and I want to share a couple things with you. So first of all, it's spinach, which if you're not a fan, that's okay. Mix it with other greens. You do you. But make sure that when you put the spinach on the plate, you chop it up into small pieces. If you want to de-stem it, some people don't like the stems, do that. But make sure that you chop it up, because we like bites, but we don't want stalks and big pieces of spinach hanging out of our mouth like a rabbit trying to shove it in there. And when you put it back in the fridge, okay, here is tip number 1. What you want to do, and we have done this for a while, but on TikTok it's sounding like it's new news, and it's not new news in this house. But if you want to have your spinach last about 5 to 7 days longer than normal, put paper towels just over the top, okay? All that condensation that makes for wet spinach, it doesn't happen when you put a piece of paper towel in there. So there is tip number 1. All right, so this salad, this is a citrus beet salad. And today I made my very first beets in the air fryer. And I gotta say, they're like potatoes. They took longer than I expected, so I just kept hitting the steak button, 400 degrees for 6 minutes. Probably did that for about 30 to 40 minutes. But when they come out, if you can poke a fork in a beet after you've cooked it, like a potato, if the fork goes through, it's ready. So it looks like I committed murder here, because this stains really bad. It stains your fingers, it stains everything. But these beets are delicious. Now, you could buy beets already done for you, but I wanted to cook one to see how hard or easy it was. But I've got my beets here that I'm putting over this salad. Now, you can put whatever you want on it. I put celery. The recipe called for radishes. I don't have radishes, so I left them off, but I added goat cheese, and it calls for some quinoa, all right? So a couple spoonfuls of quinoa, a couple spoonfuls of garbanzo or chickpeas, all right? So I just took a couple spoonfuls out, threw them on there. I'm gonna cover it with my handy dandy press and seal and put the can right back in there for tomorrow. I've got bagged shredded carrots, all right? So those are already on there. And that's about it. But what I wanted to show you, and the reason I did this, is because of this dressing, okay? So is it easy to buy a citrus vinaigrette at the store? Yes, very easy. However, with ingredients that you probably have in your fridge, this was, again, super easy. So it calls for a half of a juiced orange, all right? And this is bigger than an orange ought to be, but this is a half of a juiced orange. I have this handy dandy little thing that I bought to juice lemons or grapefruit or oranges. And it calls for, I'll just let you know, a half of an orange, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, a half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, which all I had was this whole grain. It's got a lot of it's not stone ground, so it's pretty lumpy. It calls for extra virgin oil, olive oil. This is avocado oil. This is what I used. So you can use olive oil or avocado oil. I think I got those confused, sorry. But that's a teaspoon and a half. And then salt and pepper. And when you stir this all up, holy cow, guys, this tastes amazing. So this is nice and citrusy, and we're just gonna spoon that over the top. And this salad is gonna be amazing. So I wanted to share it with you because, if you find something that you really love, it's easy to put it on repeat, all right? So I made more quinoa than I needed today, so I'm gonna use that tomorrow. I have another half of an orange. I have the bagged carrots. I have extra celery that I chopped today. When you're already cooking, make additional so you have more to draw from in the fridge, okay? We wanna use our time wisely and use convenience items when we can. But I'm gonna enjoy this salad that I made that looks amazing, is full of color, and I am guaranteeing you it's full of flavor because I've eaten each piece of this and now I'm gonna eat it together and it's gonna be awesome.